Hey folks, it's Tony, the camera guy. I'm not an expert by any means, but I learned this really cool technique. They call it a multi-action photo. It can be used for a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to show you some great examples in the future, but right now we're going to do sports. That's the most, I'm going to say, common technique for it. We're going to end up with a photo that kind of looks like this. So you can see the guy going through the motions, right? And it's pretty straightforward. Now, the only thing is you need to use Photoshop in this example. I will do another video on how to do it with GIMP, and that way you can do it with free stuff. But right now I learned with Photoshop, so I thought I would share that. So the first thing I need to do is get my photos organized. So you just take some photos, dump them in a folder, right? And most cameras and smartphones have a burst mode. So just take, I don't know, 5, usually that's pretty standard, 5 to 10 photos. And then you can delete the ones you don't want. And you'll see what I mean by that in just a moment. So we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Scripts. And then in Scripts, you're going to go to Load Files into Stack. And then from there, I'm going to Browse. So you can see all the photos I took and the final one. So we're just going to select these guys. And you'll see that I've got 6 of them. I used my SLR for this. I'm going to hit OK. But you can use your phone. Doesn't matter. And then once you do that, it'll load them all up. And the key word here is layers. You'll see layers of photos. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to resize my screen. So there's the photo and there's the layers. So as you can see, the little eyeball here is going to let you see or hide, right? So take them off and that layer is gone. And you can see go through the motion, right? And this is where you select which ones you want, because you probably don't want them all, because you'll notice the first one and the second one are pretty close. So we don't really need this second one. So I can just right click on it and I can just delete that layer. Now ideally you want the ones with the most difference between the movements, right? So there's the first one, there's a second one. That's pretty good. This is kind of the same as that. So I like this one better. So I'm going to get rid of this guy, right click. I'm going to delete that layer. There you go. And here's what you do. So after you select the ones, you got the ones that you want to work with. It's a pretty simple exercise. So you basically select that first image, right? And then what we're going to do is select this guy. And the easiest way to do it is to go to your object selection tool. We'll select Object Select Tool. And now if you're lucky and there isn't a whole lot of stuff to worry about, you can just go up and click Select Subject, and that'll pretty well do it for you. If not, you can manually select it with the lasso or whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, we want that dotted line around our subject. Now, once you do that, we're basically going to do a layer via copy, and now we have a blank layer. See that? So we have the original one, and then we have that one. So if I get rid of all these, you'll see I got my guy. And that's what you're going to repeat for all the other layers. And I'll show you what happens when we're done with that. So it only took a few minutes, and I basically did that object selection tool exercise. Now you can see I've got all those layers. If I click the eyeball, you can see them start to transpose upon one another. And you can see the picture actually taking shape. Now you should have not done the last one. That was my mistake. I should have warned you. But it's okay. Just don't use that last copy layer. And you put them all together, you're done. Now the cool part is if you wanted to tweak this a bit, it's pretty simple. Just click your Move tool at the top, and now I can actually grab a player, move it around a bit more if I wanted to give it a tweak. And that's basically it. So enjoy, folks. Have a good day. Bye for now.